Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for a weekly update of what I sold on eBay for the week of March 26th through April 1st, 2018.
Okay, first thing I sold was a vintage coin purse. It had this little mirror in it as well, and a vintage coin purse that I don't think was ever used. The coin purse, I believe, said made in Italy somewhere, or no, this little thing. Judith Lieber, I think is the name on it. Anyway, it sold for $19.99. I collected $22.78, so they paid shipping. Paid $2 for this at an estate sale. $5.97 is what it cost in eBay, PayPal, and shipping fees for a total profit of $14.81, and it took 6 weeks to sell. Sold some little pet shops, a lot of little cat pet shops. I had stuff on sale for a while for 12% off, just a random number I picked. $13.19 is what they sold for. I collected $15.85. I paid about $1 for this because I usually pay about a quarter a piece, and I'll buy them in a lot. $4.87 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $9.98, and it took 6 weeks to sell. Yellowstone Club hat. This is their little insignia. If you ever see it, it's a private ski resort. You have to have millions of dollars to be able to be even considered to join. I find these things all the time. I do believe this one actually came in the consignment bag. I work with a consignment store, and they send me their cast-offs, and I take it to Goodwill for them, and then I get to rummage through it first, and I pay them $10 for a big garbage bag of stuff. So somebody offered me $10. I had just put it up, but I was so desperate for sales. I've had days where I haven't had any sales at all. It's been sort of freaking me out a little bit, but so I took the best offer for $10, free shipping. Like I said, I pay about $1 an item that for everything that comes out of the consignment store bag. $4.30 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $4.70, and it took 6 days to sell. These are Desario, and I had never heard of this brand. These also came in the consignment store bag. I listed a bunch of shoes recently. I don't think I even show the brand. Isn't that stupid? But obviously they knew about them. They sold for $17.59. $24.69 is what I collected. I spent about $1 for this. It was missing, and let's see if I can get a close-up. There's a little... one of those little raised bumps was missing, and I did disclose that, and I didn't even realize it until I started listing it. So I did list it a little bit lower than I would have liked to have, but it obviously didn't bug them too much. So $24.69 is what I collected, spent $1, $10.18 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $13.51, and they took 4 days to sell. This particular style in this brand is what's selling. There's plenty of this particular brand that is not selling. Men's Travel Smith. This I've had for quite a while, and this was my husband's. I can't even remember where we got it originally. I think someone gave it to him, but he decided he didn't want it anymore, so I listed it a while ago. And someone in Japan bought them. He bought a bunch of Hawaiian shirts, I guess, from various people, and I switched over global shipping, and he said the shipping was like $35, and I said, well, that includes the fees to get into your country. And he said, yeah, I just ordered a bunch, and they were nowhere near that price. So anyway, I switched it over for him and included Japan and made it first class mail, because Japan's totally safe. I've never had anything get lost or anything bad happen in Japan ever. So I switched it for him. He paid $13.19 for it. $25.52 for shipping and fees and it, like I said, it didn't cost me anything. No, I'm sorry, $25.52 is what I collected. $15.73 is what shipping, eBay, and PayPal fees were, for a total profit of $9.79. It took 2 years and 2 months to sell. And usually that brand does pretty well for me, but nothing's been doing well for me lately. These are Spanx. Nothing super exciting. They're slimming pants, like yoga pants. They came out of the consignment store bag. So they sold for $17.59. I paid shipping. They cost me about $1. $6.24 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $10.35, and they took 8 months to sell. This was a wool tapestry that has had I bought it last year at a garage sale, and I've had it for quite a while, and someone actually contacted me and wanted to pay me like $5 or something, or we were going back and forth. They started out at 5 and then 15. They're like, I know the person who wove this. And I go, yeah, it's beautiful. Tell them they did a great job. And they kept lowballing me, and I'm like, whatever. So then this was 6 months ago, and then they did it again recently, and I put 25 is what I would take for it, and they still didn't want it. So it was just this really cool little wall hanging. It wasn't very big. It was 18 by 19 inches, but it finally sold for full price. So I just held out. It's all good, and it just seems odd to me that someone would want such a bargain on their own stuff. Or he wanted to buy it for his friend, and I didn't really get where he was going, but I felt like saying, well, it's your friend, it's artwork, support him. Even though it's supporting me. $39.59, I paid shipping, $2 at a garage sale, $8.73 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $28.86, and it took 10 months to sell. This is a Land's End button-down shirt. It wasn't flannel. I don't know why I put that in the title, and they haven't said anything. It was a thick, like a not a canvas, but it was a soft cotton shirt, but it was really, really thick. But I wouldn't call it flannel. It wasn't like soft, fuzzy like flannel. Anyway, it sold. And it sold for $17.59. I paid shipping. I paid $1 for this. This came out of the consignment store bag. $9.07 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $7.52, and it took 4 months to sell. This is a Luciano Moresco Italian dress shirt. And it has a very specific size, and it has French cuffs. So if you ever see this where it doesn't have buttons, and what happens is they fold this over in half and then they put in cufflinks. So anyway, that I did say that because I don't think everybody knows about those. Anyway, it sold for $17.59. They paid shipping, so I collected $21.97. Got it out of the consignment store bag. I think did I show that? I think I did recently. $6.61 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $14.36, and it took only a day to sell. So there's the brand. It looks like not very much, but obviously somebody wanted it. It was really crisp and white. Now this one I've had for a very long time, and I threw it up at auction and it didn't sell, so I decided anything I put up at auction I'm just going to put in the store for $5 and see if it sells. Well, this sold. So $4.99 is what it sold for. I collected $8.04, so they obviously paid for shipping. Spent about 25 cents on this years ago at a thrift store. They used to sell all their plush for a quarter. $4.19 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $3.60, and it took 4 years to sell. This is something that I found lying in a parking lot. The little pieces were broken off, I believe, some of them, and I did disclose that. So it wasn't in like super pristine, but I think, if you could just epoxy it back on your car if you were missing that emblem, then it's cheaper than buying a new one, and you still have to glue it. So anyway, it sold for $9.29. It didn't cost me anything because I found it. Not $3.99 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $5.30, and it took 2 months to sell. These are paper and denim cloth women's boot cut jeans. It's a brand I'm not super familiar with. Here's the label. They're a higher end brand, but not super well known, but they're made in the USA, and that's always a good sign. So anyway, they sold for $18.59. I got them out of the consignment store bag, so they were $1. $8.89 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $8.70, and it took 2 months to sell. And the last thing I sold, I picked up at a estate sort of garage sale. It was the same one where I got the postcards from last week. Same sale. It sold for $9.29. They paid shipping, so I collected $12.34. 50 cents is what I paid for this. And I did put, no. I thought I had put a movie, like a good for a movie prop, but then I realized that if I put prop in the title, then somebody might think that this was actually used in a movie. So I think I removed all that stuff. But anyway, you don't see this every day. $4.97 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $6.87, and it took a month to sell. So looking at the numbers, Supergram, I had lots of days this week that didn't sell anything at all, and I think this is maybe 4 days worth of sales. It was, and I've sold something else that I didn't include, but he hasn't paid for yet, and it was a $25 shirt, and hopefully I'll be able to show that to you next week, but it doesn't get included in this week. $208.48. I collected $243.84. My cost of goods, $11.75. Shipping and fees, $93.74 for a total profit of the week, $138.35. Amazon merch, I only sold 5 shirts for $23.16. So my total e-commerce venture, $161.51 net.
Lots of days, like I said, without any sales at all. That was sort of disheartening. I've been trying to list as many things as I can. I actually hired someone last week to help me take photos, and she did great. The only thing is I am so picky about how my photos are and how clear they are. And so I think in the future I'm just going to have her do the mannequin and I will handle the camera. Um, I'm just too picky, and the lighting was off, and I'd rather have it be me. I don't want to blame anyone if my pictures don't turn out well, unless it's my fault. So anyway, that helped immensely. I'm still trying to list all this stuff. I think we took pictures of like 40 things. So that I've been listing every day, and usually I take weekends off, but I've got so much stuff photographed that I'm finding that I am able to list 7 or 8 things a day consistently every day until I'm through the whole lot. So my tip for you, as we took photos this week and we did clothing, is to be on the lookout for fake things. So what I thought was a Patagonia snap tee, sweatshirt or fleece, vintage, that I bought at my favorite thrift store, and in February. Is it February or March? February. They have they save up all the Patagonia for the year, and then they sell it just in that 1 month. And on Saturdays, everything's half off, including all the Patagonia stuff. So anyway, I picked up this, what I thought was a regular snap tee, vintage snap tee, and it does look a lot like one. So they have these snaps, and then it's an anorak type thing, and then it has pockets down here. And this is typical, and I can show you. I'm going to show you one that I have. So one of the things that I noticed when I first got it was you can see the stitching, and usually they have this covered. Let me show you online. So this is mine, and it's trashed, and it's not terribly clean, but you can see this. They usually cover the stitching with a piece of webbing or something. So the tag looks legit, but the other thing that I noticed when I first bought it, and I was like, well, this is kind of weird. I've never seen them sewn in that way. Usually they're sewn like underneath or into the seam. That seemed a little crude to me, but I do believe these are real tags. So I think what they did is they took them off an old one, or they had tags laying around. No, I'm going to take this to the next time I go to the Patagonia store in Dillon, Montana. I'm going to go, and I will bring this with me and show it to them, because I want it destroyed if it's not legit, and I have a feeling it's not. The other thing that was a clue was this pocket, the zipper pull doesn't have anything on it, and then this pocket, it does have Patagonia on it. So then I thought that was kind of weird, because usually they're on both pockets. And on mine, let's see, mine doesn't have that. And the other thing that almost all of the Patagonia, in fact, all of the Patagonia snap tees that I was looking at online have this sewn on to either the top part up here or they have it on the side seam down here, or they have it like sewn in the on the on the bottom. And this one has none of that. I didn't see that little tag anywhere. And then just some of the construction didn't seem quite right to me. I mean, it seemed good for a fake, but I don't know. I feel like Patagonia always takes like here. If you look at the that's the top. If you look at the bottom of this one, I mean, they just took the. I mean, I'm a seamstress, so I'm careful about this stuff. But they just took this and folded it over and then sewed it on the bottom. And here, you can see they have a rolled hem. I don't know if you can see that super great, but it just the quality of the construction didn't add up. So anyway, I'm not selling this. It was going to be worth like $100 because it's vintage, because the tag says made in the USA, but I don't think it's real. So my tip to you is, if you don't think it's real, get it authenticated. And if you can't get it authenticated, don't sell it, because it's not worth your reputation. So with that, I want you guys to go out and go find real stuff. If you go to estate sales, make sure that if you're buying Gucci or Coach or one of the more counterfeited brands, that if they have a receipt or an original box, or if there's someone there that remembers the person buying the particular item at a legitimate store. Otherwise, and a lot of times people know that they're. I remember buying one at an estate sale or a garage sale, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, that's a knockoff." Like, they were totally honest. There's no reason to tell me that it was Gucci when it wasn't, when they're asking for $25 or whatever. So make sure you authenticate if it's one of the more counterfeited brands. Anyway, so go find real stuff and sell lots of things and list lots of things, and have a good week. Thanks for watching.